entertained? Are you not entertained?
Welcome back, everybody, to the Whiskey Jedi and our Daredevil Born Again review episodes. Thank you all for joining us here every Wednesday live, as myself and Brian are here to break down the episodes on a weekly basis. Hope everyone is doing fantastic out there. Another banger of an episode this show is putting out, and cannot wait to dive into everything. Brian, how you doing today?
Doing good. Getting ready for my weekly bar trivia. And today's theme is Irish. One of them being Irish actors. So I've been brushing up on my Irish actors, even though my favorite actress is Irish. So, but yeah,
favorite actor, Killian
actress.
Oh, Saoirse Ronan, obviously.
Yeah,
very easy. What have you learned about Irish acting, Brian?
There's a lot. And they're really good actors. There's a lot. I was like, oh yeah, that's right. Just literally just going through oh my God. But Irish clearly can act.
That's awesome. Well, good luck tonight.
Yeah, I know. Last week we lost on the tiebreaker. I was big.
What was the tiebreaker?
Stupid. It was what is the Guinness Book of World Record for how many paper airplanes made and thrown in one room or something? And it was a picture of
trivia.
No, that was just it. The tiebreaker is just a random. It's just something completely random.
Nothing to do with the theme of the trivia.
No, it's just a number, something number related.
It sounds much worse than our betting question.
I don't know. I don't think anything's worse.
It's not based on the theme of the trivia. That's got to be worse. It's random. That sucks.
Yeah. Well, that's why I guess it's the tiebreaker. Breaks us apart.
Fair enough. All right. Well, look, we're here to dive into episode 4, Daredevil Born Again, the Frank Castle episode, the return of John Bernthal. 9 years to the day since the last time we saw him and Matt together on screen. Everyone keeps complaining, it hasn't been 9 years. It's been 9 years since they were together. The last time we saw Matt Murdock and Frank Castle on screen to the day, which is really, really cool. Look, there's obviously a lot that took place in this episode. We are dealing with the aftermath of that big finale from last week, where we saw the end of Hector Ayala. And Matt is trying to piece together some pieces, and it obviously takes him to his good old buddy Frank Castle, and not just because he wants more information on a possible bullet or a casing, but because the casing has a Punisher logo on it.
Calling card, as he said.
And as we saw in the moment, Frank knows about it. He knows about the fanboys, as he called them, which is super interesting, but I don't know how much we're going to dive into everything else that happened in the episode. We're obviously going to dive into the Wilson Fisk stuff because that is very important. But I have a feeling our conversation is largely going to take place in that 5-minute sequence between John Bernthal and Matt Murdock. But Brian, initial reactions, thoughts, feelings of episode 4.
I mean, the ball keeps rolling. I mean, it's pretty much consistently just hit after hit. I know I saw a lot of people. This is the first week I saw a lot of people back and forth whether or not they liked it.
Really?
I saw a lot of this was slower than the rest. Which, okay, not every episode's gonna be just punches and whatever. And we got to see the return of a character we haven't seen in a very long time by an actor that is perfect for this role. We got a little sprinkle of potential future Marvel characters.
Multiple.
Yeah, I mean, we're just doing this, like in a good way, not like the boring like flat line. Like
It's 2 straight weeks of no action, and I have no complaint.
Mm-hmm.
Like none. Like I'm 100% viewing this show as a legal drama. I know that it's gonna have its moments where they are going to kick ass and go up against people. And obviously Muse was teased this week, and my God, did they tease Muse. But I'm viewing this as a legal drama with a flare of action. I love that they're kind of going all in on it. I mean, seeing outside of the Frank scene, which I really want to focus on, but we saw Matt go downtown and he has to deal with a free day essentially, where he has to deal with people who are being arrested all around the city and focus on one specific gentleman, and it kind of led to a bunch of other things. And yeah, I love how they're diving into the character of Matt Murdock.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously the Netflix show did that as well, but they're doing it much more this time around because they took Daredevil away, which was never really the case. Matt always wanted to try to leave Daredevil behind, but he was never able to. And at some point in the Netflix show, he just agreed that Daredevil was essentially his life and Matt Murdock was his persona. But it's kind of flipped right now, and I love how they're diving into that character, and we're seeing a very new side of him that is very exciting.
And he actually put it down for a year.
Yeah.
Ish plus.
Yeah. I mean, well, he's over a year, it could be a year and a couple weeks or whatever, but the opening episode was, we had that year jump. And so he hasn't put the suit on since then. We got that awesome tease at the end of this episode with the helmets and the baton and just everything.
Man likes himself a switch of costume.
Bro, if he shows up and, I mean, he's going to put the red one on, obviously, but I need to see that black one in live action. I need to see the black Daredevil suit in live action.
All of them.
Yeah. I mean, we've already seen the red and yellow, which I would love to see another iteration of that. But anyway, but Brian, let's talk about the Frank Matt scene, because
you want to go straight into that one.
Yeah. Well, okay. What else do you have to talk about? Like, what else do you want to talk about?
Setting up the future potential White Tiger.
Oh, well, yeah. The very quick scene in the very beginning with Hector Ayala's niece.
Not the main one, though.
No, she's like the fourth or fifth. What is it? Angel Del Toro?
She's actually the second.
Is her name Angel Del Toro? Is that what it was?
Angela
Del Toro.
And I know people were up in ice. This was one of the things
I don't think she's going to be the next person to become White Tiger.
I think they might put like Young Avenger her, kind of. First off, even if she's not, I like that actor. That chick held a scene. Like she was good. Like I would like to see her play it more.
I think Hector's sister is going to become the White Tiger.
Maybe. But then she would be a completely new White Tiger because
her name's Ava. Ava Ayala. Yeah.
Oh, was it?
Mm-hmm. And Ava Ayala is the true follow-up to Hector. And I know that, I think it was
she's technically the third one.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Angela's the second, but she's not as popular.
I don't think Angela's the second, Brian.
She is. It's him, then he passes it down, and then Ava is the niece. She was an FBI agent.
I think I always thought Ava was the second, but that's fine. I'll agree to I'll follow your lead on this one, because I'm sure.
No, I promise it's this one, because I when I was looking it up to check my facts, I was like, wait a minute, did they say Angela or Ava? And I had to go back and rewatch the scene and then go back, and I was like, okay, yeah, it is.
I don't think they're gonna Young Avengers her. I think
I wouldn't be opposed to it.
I wouldn't be opposed to it in the future, but I do think Ava Ayala is going to become the next White Tiger.
Probably.
Because I think they've already set up the relationship with Daredevil and White Tiger, no matter who is White Tiger, because of what Matt just did for Hector. And if it ever comes to light, like let's say Ava finds out that Matt is Daredevil, then there's like not a team up, but there is a relationship that is built between the two of them that allows them to work together.
And that's why I think that that in some capacity that White Tiger is sticking around. I think it's going to be a defender type.
Well, I don't know if you saw the rumors this week about what season 2 is about.
Yeah, they're all ganging up to take down Fisk, which honestly, kind of don't want that to happen just yet. Like, I would kind of hope. I would rather that be like a season 3.
I don't think it's going to be the full season. I think it'll come to a head towards the end. Like the rumor was, and for those who may not want to know, but the rumor was Daredevil is going to be bringing together a group of people a la similar to the Defenders, a group of heroes, and obviously
Street heroes.
Yeah, we can point our fingers to a number of heroes we've met in the past. We can point our fingers to a new White Tiger, etc. But I don't think it's going to be a full season of him just recruiting. I think he's already going to know of people to bring together if he needs to, and it's going to come to a point where maybe it's so overwhelming that he has to get a team together.
I'm hoping they would it would be like, if I was to choose, and this is probably nowhere close, I would like to see like this season sets up Fisk as the mayor. Next season, he starts to be kind of like the corrupt mayor, but they don't go after him. He's got someone a la, and I'm not saying them, I'm just using them as an example, a la like a Serpent Society, where he's just kind of, or just some gang, like a gang.
It's going to be the anti-vigilante task force.
Yeah. Okay. Something like that with a few names that you can throw out there. And then that's the fight of season 2, like the antagonist. And then season 3 is them actually trying to take him down. That's what I would like to see.
What it's going to be.
Okay, well, that's
no. With the explanation, it helps. I think that the anti-vigilante task force is going to be the ultimate thing to get over, and then maybe in season 3 they connect the dots to point the finger at Fisk that he was responsible for all of that or something.
Yeah, that's what I would like to see.
And I do think it'll include a White Tiger. If
I do too, and that's just what I would like to see personally.
I think a She-Hulk will be involved as well.
I think a She-Hulk would be involved.
Even though she's in LA, I think she'll be involved.
I think Jessica Jones would be in it.
I wouldn't be surprised if they throw a character in there like Kate Bishop.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, she's a New York Street level. I mean, Hawkeye's technically still there.
I was going to say Hawkeye, but it would make more sense for Kate Bishop.
Yeah, I personally would rather see her. I mean, technically you could go Kamala Khan because she's in Jersey if you really wanted to.
I don't know if I want her showing up in this show.
I don't think I would want her in there personally. Yeah, Luke Cage. I would not be surprised. Okay, see now I really want that.
Why not?
Why not? Iron Fist. Like honestly, like
Elektra, bring her back. Come on.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. Like it sucks that like Danny Rand's kind of like already been used, and his whole corporation and everything. Like that's a big thing in Marvel, but like Colleen Wing is like so good that I am like willing to put that aside, that I'm like, I'd rather have that one. And to be completely honest, and then I know I'm not the first to say it, it could set up Luke Cage becoming mayor, which we see in the comics before by like season 4. So like there's just so many avenues that they can go down. I mean, there's just, I mean, I know everyone would love to see, but Sony's never going to let it happen, is Spider-Man swinging in there. But
that wouldn't be Sony's decision though.
It is, because it's not allowed. They're not, I forget what I read the term thing. It was, he's not allowed to be in something that is a 30-minute format and under that isn't animated. Otherwise, and then it has to like get, otherwise it has to get.
Well, this isn't 30-minute format.
I don't know. Don't ask me. It was some legal whatever, and that's why they got to do the animated show, because it's, I think
If Marvel wanted Spider-Man to show up, he's going to show up.
Yeah.
Like
I
that,
hope so.
that they would make that happen. I don't think it will. I don't think it will, just because of because no one knows Peter Parker exists right now, so that's a whole different thing. But maybe in the future, like in a future season, then maybe. But
it would all kind of have to also play into, like, we need to see the direction of Spider-Man in Spider-Man 4 before we even like broach.
Well, we need to
that
see everything with
subject.
Secret Wars before we do anything.
Well,
like Secret Wars is
Spider-Man will come before Secret Wars.
Well, yeah, but it's planted between Doomsday and Secret Wars, which means it
Yeah.
ties into both of them. So
yeah, so I don't know, but it was just a fun thought to think about. Like, I like that they left that character open, because that was literally one of the things we said last time. Is like, dude, you left the amulet on the ground.
Mhm.
And so for them to like actually like show like, hey, we didn't actually forget about it. Like, this is an important thing for important character. Like, we didn't just leave it on this guy's dead body in the ground. Like, I, as a comic book person, like, appreciated that they were like, yeah, we're still like respecting like White Tiger enough to like, yes, there are other iterations. We're not going to just leave this powerful amulet just on a dead body in the middle of downtown New York.
Yeah,
so,
it's definitely going to come back around, 100%.
Yeah. So there you go.
All right, let's get into it. Frank, Matt, Foggy included in this. Frank making Matt realize that he's been wrong this whole time. Literally, I love the fact that they literally born again Daredevil in this scene. Like, he was born again in this moment. When these two get together, it's so good. They are arguably two of the best comic book castings of all time. Yeah. And it's funny when I think of because they've obviously spent a lot of time together, but when I think of moments for them,
I'm sorry, I'm seeing all my friends in the chat that I haven't seen in forever, and I'm like, oh.
When John Bernthal and Charlie Cox are on scene, and I think back to moments that I am obsessed with them, it is never look, I love when they team up and do action. It's obviously great, but none of the moments that I think of are action scenes. We have the rooftop scene in season 2 when they first officially meet. Punisher's got him chained up to a chimney. The next scene I think about is them in the cemetery after the action scene where he's fully talking and then he gets arrested. And now we have this scene. The emotional stakes that they include with these two characters, and how each of them really can pick and pull things out of each other like no one else can. Like, no one would be able to ever do that to Matt outside of Frank Castle.
And how they talk to each other.
Yeah, it's 100%. Like, the sarcasm, the asshole remarks, they're totally, completely blunt towards each other. It is fully straightforward in the worst and best ways possible. In this moment, obviously very tough for Matt, but very much needed. That, like, when he says, say his name, it's all about him. Say his name, and he won't say his name. It's all flooding back to Matt, and that's exactly what he needed. He needed the push, and Frank was the only person that can do it to him.
Yeah, he needed the push just as much as Bullseye needed the push off the balcony. It's so nice seeing things that you love that disappeared for so long, that you felt were just absolutely perfect, didn't want a single thing to change, slowly come back into your life. And it hasn't changed. It's been 9 years, and they're exactly the same as when we last saw them. He has not changed 1% as Punisher. His line deliveries, I just thought about the baby boy one, and got
we were just talking about his son.
Yeah, like it's they are so. I did this last week. Props to Netflix. The one thing they did right is they casted their ass off. Like, every single, with maybe one or two hiccups, but like for the most
Wait, who are your hiccups? Oh, Danny Rand. You're talking about Danny Rand.
Yeah, Iron Fist. And
I actually don't hate him.
I don't hate him either. Honestly, I saw someone defending him, saying that it was more of the like people leading the show. Like he never.
If the show was good, we would have a completely different feeling on him.
Yeah, I do too. I don't want to poo-poo.
That's why I say I wouldn't mind having him back. It wasn't his fault.
I kind of agree with you. I almost kind of want to see what this guy can do under the MCU Marvel banner.
It would be so different because he was incredible in Game of Thrones. He came from Game of Thrones.
I know, and that's why I'm kind of curious because he was the very last of all.
His name was Finn Jones, right? Finn Jones.
I think so. He was at the very last of all of the Defender stuff.
On a massive cliffhanger.
Yeah,
huge cliffhanger.
I know, and I actually liked.
Finn Jones.
I actually liked for the kind of the story. I just liked
season 2 was a massive update compared to season 1.
Yes, but yes. Sorry, went off on a tangent.
That was my fault. I brought it up.
Oh no! I brought up the casting of Netflix and how they did such a good job. Like, I mean, there are characters we know now, seeing after years and years and years, that like you can't imagine anyone else playing them.
No, not for any of these characters.
Yes. So
I don't see anybody else as Wilson Fisk. I don't see anybody else as Karen Page. I don't see anybody else as anybody.
Exactly. And that's the thing. Like, for Netflix to cast these people years and years and years ago and have their own world and whatever, and be so beloved and be taken over by another company to the point where they were going to redo it, and they changed their mind and are absolutely crushing it. It's kind of mind-blowing. Yeah. I just saw today Bernthal saying like that if they would have done the original stuff that they planned for Daredevil Born Again, he wanted no part of it. Mm-hmm. Like, that is terrifying to think about. Like, I mean, he's the third dude to come out and say like something pretty harshly against it. You had Vincent D'Onofrio say something. You had Charlie Cox say something. And now he is saying something.
I mean, I don't think it was harsh. It's just the truth. And I think they all know.
No, I meant like in a good way. Like like someone, like they weren't afraid. They're not afraid to like say like it wasn't going to be good. And to absolutely, and again, I said it last week, said it the week before, whoever is the genius that decide to pivot to this needs like all the money in the world and like a special like star in Disneyland or whatever, because it was the absolute right thing to do and could have quite possibly saved the MCU like for future. I meant from like, I know, but like, think about it. Like, people were having a really hard time with the new adjustment and blah, 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 blah. If Daredevil would have failed, people would have had a really hard time. Because Netflix did crush it with their Daredevil, their Punisher. So like, even I would have had like a little bit of doubt, like, oh shit! Like,
no, I would have.
And I want to say I am not on the MCU's dead, but it's been bad.
I'm not on that train either. But
yeah,
like,
I'm not on that train. I'm saying
my body would have shut down if this was not good.
Yeah, and I'm saying I meant it more as like the people that are constantly saying that aren't saying crap about this show right now. Nope. Like, they don't. And if they are, they're just miserable people because this show is just fantastic. I mean, there was a little bit of like action kind of between Frank and Matt, but like there wasn't really any.
It was a slap.
Well, right? But I meant like the axe, like by his head and stuff like that. But I mean, it wasn't. Action. Yeah. Okay. Well, it wasn't really, but like still like
that's just rage from Frank.
Yeah, that's just every day.
That's when he wakes up.
Yeah, But like even then, like it was still tense. Like you were still kind of like on the edge of like, oh man.
I have said it multiple times today. I'm not afraid to say it. It's one of the best written and performed scenes in the entire MCU.
Oh, absolutely.
Like
And
no question. Like I cannot think of a moment. And look, I love
it felt real.
I love all of the relationships that we have seen over the course of the MCU. Steve and Natasha, Tony and Peter, Steve and Bucky. Like there's tons of relationships that have been formed and great scenes.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know of a scene that you felt the true real life emotion coming through the screen. And this was on our TV screens. This was not on a movie screen. Like
I have one that maybe at least that kind of gets my
okay, go ahead. Because look, I can't think of every single scene right now, so I might be wrong.
No. This is just the first one that popped into my head, and even to this day, like I immediately am like, is when Bucky, Cap, and Iron Man when he's watching the video.
The Civil War
killing his
great.
That is the only one where I'm just like he's just like looking at him, and
I definitely agree with that one. I mean, and look, there's a lot of action scenes that bring off that intensity.
But like I'm saying, it's this Daredevil scene is up there in that contender. Like that's the level.
It feels like it was ripped straight from the Netflix show.
Yes,
like this scene belonged in the Netflix show. Like the way. Not only that Bernthal and Cox were able to play the parts, like which is so obvious, but the writing was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like phenomenal. One of the best written things I've seen from Marvel in a very, very long time.
Yeah, I was just sitting there just like, damn, like they're just dropping like I said that you don't think I think about my baby boy every day. I'm just like, oh God. Like,
or that line where he says, "Get him, Daddy, get him."
Yeah. Oh, it was just like,
I'm like,
twist the
your
knife.
little boy's telling you to fire away.
Your little boy's saying, take that shotgun and put it next to the guy's head and just blow it up. Like, dude, no, like they wrote their asses off in this scene. Like they literally were like, you guys wanted to see Punisher and Daredevil reunite? Like, we're gonna just give you arguably one of the best scenes in a while.
Yeah, and it shows a lot too because of like Matt. He's obviously trying to restrain in the moment.
Yeah,
and he has his reasons as to why he wants to. And Frank, Frank
is just like this the whole time.
Well, when he's sitting there looking at a chair and he says, "I don't think you came here for help. I think you came here for permission." I'm like. He's like, I think you want to hurt someone and hurt someone real bad. Holy shit. He's just dropping some of the most incredible words that are being thrown at us that I have seen in such a long time. And Matt's he's clearly trying to hide the fact that he wants to beat the living shit out of someone.
Yeah, when he punches him and he goes, oh,
and he apologized. Like, he literally said, I apologize. And Frank just keeps sitting there like, Matt, what are you talking about? Frank wants you to beat the shit out of him right now. Yeah. He would enjoy it if you beat the shit out of him right now. Please throw punches and fully unleash it. Like I saw someone online write this earlier, Brian, and it was like, oh my God, this is so perfect. But this person wrote, Frank is the only person that could bring out the primal urge for vengeance in Matt.
Yeah.
Because he's tried to suppress it for over a year now because of what happened to Foggy. And clearly it's not working. Yeah. And we saw that at the end of the episode. Now it's
and
not
the cop
and I don't know if it's going to be fully like we're right back into it, but he is now open to the idea of putting the suit back on and trying to find ways to possibly do it. And that's all thanks to Frank. So.
Yeah. And of course the Punisher. Like, dude,
so good.
Can you imagine just like this is what we're getting, just this little bit of John Bernthal's Punisher, but we're gonna let this man have the keys to his own special presentation. Like
it's going to be,
it's going to be
it's going to be violent and brutal, but also so emotional in whatever story he's going to tell, because that's all he wants to do with this character. Like you said, it came out that he wasn't going to come back for the show because they wrote the character Frank Castle terrible, and he didn't see Frank in the character they wrote. Now they are letting him do it on his own.
They're like, oh, you
and
don't think that we can do it? Here,
but literally allowing him. There are no boundaries with what he's about to do with this character.
Like,
I need this shit ASAP.
It's just it just makes me so happy, like seeing these characters that we love played by these actors that we love just doing quality, good, enjoyable stuff. Like this, we're 4 episodes in, and this is a show I would go back and rewatch the whole entire thing all over again. And we're not even done with it.
We're not even halfway done with it.
Yeah. So it's like, it's just wild to think that they had anything other than this planned.
I know.
Like it, not that I want to like poo-poo on whoever made the first like iteration of it. I just want to know like what were we doing before? Like, because if the 3 biggest actors probably come out and have poo-pooed on it, like it's kind of wild to think like what it could have been versus what it is now. Because what we're getting right now is just,
thank God we never saw it.
Yeah, it's just beyond anything. I expected this to be good, but this has just like been a freaking treat every single week, and we have not even touched Muse yet.
But we've seen a lot more of them than I think we all realize.
Yes.
Did you catch did you see that all of the artwork is by him? Did you see
that? Yeah, and it's painted with his victim's blood that he drained.
And nobody knows it. There's literally evidence of his murders all over New York City. And it's literally written on the bottom, Muse, which came out this week because we saw the new artwork of Hector Ayala. But then we have the Punisher Trigger logo. We have the artwork. We have the Fisk artwork that we have seen in almost all of the episodes. And right down and below, in really scratchy style letters, it says Muse. And we got our first look of him carrying a victim and then stealing some blood and making some art. Dude, I'm scared, and this shit ain't real. This is not even real.
I know. And to think like where this could go, because like I said, I've seen multiple comments of people saying I've seen online episodes, and this is one of the most violent things I've ever seen. Never thought Disney would put out something like this. Like with this kind of psycho character, like it kind of scares me a little bit. Like
I don't think they're gonna hold back.
I don't think so either.
We've already seen a lot in this season so far. I mean, I'd go back to the gun to the head with the blood splatter. That's not a Disney thing.
No, I mean, he literally was draining the blood out of a victim,
a live
victim to use as paint. Like,
can't wait.
It's just wild.
All right, we're gonna hit pause real quick, Brian, because I want to bring up a question that I think is something good to answer. Jane,
hi, Jane.
Hello, Jane.
I miss you.
Jane asked us, "Do you have to watch season 3 to watch Born Again?" Honestly,
you're doing yourself a disservice if you don't.
I agree. I would say yes, that you should absolutely watch it, but do you need to at this point? Probably not. The only issue is you wouldn't see the journey that Wilson Fisk took. You would never have been introduced to the character of Bullseye.
One of the best finales.
And you really wouldn't get
would you get Vanessa too? She's a lot more.
Actually, she's in it, but she's not in it as much as she was the previous seasons.
I'm trying to remember.
I will say it would the first episode of Born Again would come with a lot of head scratches because it is so heavily connected to Bullseye.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And Foggy and Karen specifically as well. So I would highly, highly recommend it. Plus, season 3 is absolutely incredible.
Do you have to? Yeah. No. Should you? Yes. Why? Because it's freaking awesome. Like
the biggest reason really is Bullseye. Like that is
100%.
Because we saw Fisk in Hawkeye, we saw Fisk in Echo, so you can piece together what's happening, but Bullseye is a large part in what is currently happening, even though he's not around.
It'll make the first episode that much more
Yes.
like impactful / better / just like it's it's one of those where like I'm not like you get a lot with like Star Wars or something where it's kind of like, well, you don't really have to watch Clone Wars in order to understand like what's going on, but like you're missing out a lot of cool stuff. That's this, except like not a ginormous like space universe.
Like this isn't a situation where you have to watch WandaVision to understand Multiverse of Madness. It's not like
100%.
It's very it's a very loose, yes, you should watch it, but you don't have to.
At the very least, like have it on while you're doing something just so you can kind of like just know what's going on a little bit.
Jane, just go over and watch my TikTok where I said everything you need to know before watching Born Again.
No, I mean do that too, but like you would be missing out on a lot of
obviously, but I'm just saying I do have a recap of everything you need to know.
Yes, you do. It's quite good. But yeah, season 3. I don't give Netflix a lot of credit with a lot of stuff just because they make a lot of stupid decisions. They nailed Daredevil like it impeccably. It's one of the best and well-written shows in the last like I don't even know how long. Like just
long time.
Especially superhero. Like especially I'd probably put it up as if we're calling it like as TV show, probably at top 5, top 3.
In all time?
Kinda, yeah.
I would that's a very long list to look at, but I won't say no at this moment in time. Maybe that's something we do, but that's a very long. There's a lot of television shows, Brian. There's a lot of television shows. That's all I'm saying.
Daredevil just
trust me. I think I like Daredevil more than you. Trust me. I know.
I have the Funko Pop.
All right, let's get to Wilson Fisk because we got some big revelations of Wilson Fisk this episode.
The man is cracking.
Not only that, but the dude, we knew that he was just putting on a front. Now, whether or not he's been doing it for a while or whether or not it just happened, he is going back to his old ways. And what I love about this, I love that it was kind of implied and really just shown to us, but he was also born again in this episode. Wilson Fisk has returned to his kingpin ways. Nobody knows about it. So much so that he ate a gigantic dish of pasta and sausage while torturing someone.
I literally went, when he cut that one noodle. Like, as an Italian American,
it's a giant dish of pasta, but he went and sliced a noodle.
Yeah, I cut one noodle in half. I was like,
stick your fork in, my guy, and go for it.
I was like, this is offensive and would probably take you an hour to get through if you did that with every single noodle. Dude.
Poor Adam.
Yeah.
By the way, Brian, were you caught off guard by how Adam looked?
Yeah.
Like I was Vanessa went for that?
Yeah, that was like honestly like.
And I know that she said he was an artist, but like
if I'm gonna complain. Like, if I'm going to really, like, try to find something to complain about with this show, like, that's going to be it. Because I'm like, there's no
could have found someone who's a little bit more put together for Vanessa.
Like, I mean, there are some, like, attractive artists that are, like, you can say look also like businessmen. This guy looked like he just walked out of, like, a dirty Harley Davidson shop, but he's, like, the worst kind of one where it's like you don't even believe that he rides the motorcycle. Like it's just like I was just like, come on. Like Fisk would literally snap him in half in a second. But I mean, again, if I'm nitpicking that, then like who cares? No, did not think he would look like that. But I love the fact that he made Vanessa the promise that he won't kill him, and he's literally keeping him in a cage like an animal. Like it's just so evil. It's just so evil. It's like I just
What do you think the end goal is? Do you think he's just going to keep him down there to torture him?
Probably. I don't even know. Like, Andy, I mean messed up in the look of like he looked like a hippie. Like I imagined her more like some hipster artist, like whatever. But he just reminded me of like a dirty hippie, which I just do not see with Vanessa. But whatever. Again, I could care less. We'll probably never see him again. But
I don't know.
Well, okay,
I don't think Fisk is killing him.
We'll probably never see him again alive.
He made a promise to Vanessa to not kill him, so I definitely don't think he's going to kill Adam.
I think he's going to have like it's going to be like a play on words where it's like, I didn't kill him.
I think he's going to be locked up in that cage for a long time.
Yeah,
a long time. I think he's pretty much going to torture him until he may not be able to anymore. But I don't think he's going to kill him because he did make that promise to Vanessa, and he tends to keep promises to Vanessa. Yeah.
Yeah. To her, he's very on top of it. But yeah, no. And then seeing him slowly unravel, like especially with the little kids singing, because even I was starting to unravel.
And then he went to the was it the Latvia thing, and they also sung. They also sung
Swedish or something like yeah. I was like, even I'm starting to mentally break from this. Like it, just come on. Like,
and that was all before the whole garbage thing where Bibi Urich ended up taking what she learned from Daniel and spinning it as a story.
Yeah,
that obviously unravels him a little bit more, makes him go pretty crazy on his whole staff. It's definitely in the beginnings, as you mentioned it. The cracks are shown, and I don't know how far we're gonna go with him this season as far as the whole Kingpin stuff.
I think he'll lose it on someone. Just that like visceral rage that he does, where he just beats them to death.
Yeah,
I don't think it's going to be someone important. It's going to be someone that like.
I really hope it's not Sheila.
I don't see him doing it to a woman. Like, I feel like that would be
that's true, but I think something might happen to her because she obviously wouldn't agree with stuff that he's doing, but Daniel loves him to death, and he's going to do whatever he can to help him.
He literally basically pledged his undying faithfulness and love to him at the end.
And Sheila is only there because he's the mayor. So
if
something does happen to unravel, she could very well be in a very bad situation.
Yeah. And I personally, I just like I don't like to see him just go crazy but like those scenes are so tense when he's just like pummeling someone, and it's just like, dude, it makes him seem like that much bigger. Like that, like
what's the way they shoot it? They shoot it from like that angle,
and it just makes him that like his aura just makes him that much bigger and stuff like that. Yeah, Kingpin's they are doing these characters so freaking well. Like I just can't imagine anyone playing these characters other than these people. Like it's not even like a fathomable thought to me. Like, it's just Vincent D'Onofrio, the way he talks. I love the way he talks because his voice does not sound like that in real life. Like, so like the way he just like like his pitch when he's yelling at someone is just so intimidating. Like, it's just like my buddy that I talk about every single week, that is just like, he's just like, God, we are so back with like this storyline, like this character, and like he loves the street level stuff. He's whatever with powers and stuff, whatever, but street level stuff is his gig, and they're just delivering it. So like, I cannot wait to see Jessica Jones again. Like, she was good. Like, I watched all of the stuff, but I think that they're going to give her so much more to like actually like work with, that people are going to like, she's going to be a name character that people aren't going to have to just be like, oh, what was that one chick that like that, like she's not that. I mean, to us, we know who she is, but like they're going to make her so cool. Same with Luke Cage. Like it would, I just can't wait. It's just, yeah. I'm very curious to see the story of what Daniel does, because he lost his mind on Daniel, and Daniel was basically on his knees, like basically giving up his life to.
John asked in the
serving him.
chat, said, what do you think Fisk is going to make Daniel do to make up for his mistake? I don't know.
The thing that's literally right under what John said.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's going to have to do with Adam or not. I don't know if there's something that he's going to have to specifically do. But
by the way, I think Muse is going to kill someone in his staff.
That makes sense. His staff is big enough; it would make sense.
Well, I'm talking like the hitman guy, Daniel, or the chick. Like someone that's kind of, or even Matt's girlfriend.
No, I don't think she's dying.
You think?
No, I don't.
That's his therapist. He could lose it on her.
No, I don't. Well, you just said he's not going to kill a woman.
No, not Kingpin. Muse.
Oh no, I don't think Heather's dying.
Okay, that's fair.
I think something may happen to Heather, like maybe they break up or maybe she finds out that he's running around as Daredevil. I don't know. Maybe something like that happens, but I don't. I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't think she's gonna die. I'm with you in possibly someone from the staff going missing from Muse. It would help them recognize that people are missing. But there is a scene. I don't know if it was like a trailer or a promo or something, but someone was telling Matt that people have been going missing, and we don't know who it came from. But it's going to be recognizable either next week, because I feel like this week was setting up for a full debut for Muse next week.
I think we're stepping into the Muse story next week.
I think next week is when we're going to fully see it, and that might bring him out of retirement as Daredevil to basically hunt a serial killer in a way.
Yeah.
And maybe it's someone close to Matt or someone that Matt knows who is taken.
Yeah.
Or he learns of, people being taken, and he puts on the suit to hunt down and track and find out what's happening as he has in the past.
John Pierce, that is Muse.
Yeah, that is Muse. For those who don't know,
that is Muse. Sorry,
spoiler. Yep, that is Muse.
But I think they would kind of try to make that obvious.
And Andy makes a good point as well. Maybe she's taken because she turned him down for therapy.
Who? Wait, no, she gave him his card,
but he hasn't seen him since.
Oh,
so maybe she's taken, and maybe it's a Harvey Dent Rachel situation with Batman, whereas Muse takes Heather and Daredevil has to go after Heather.
Well, I mean, I could see. So here's how I could see us getting Matt back as Daredevil is she's taken, and that's kind of like one of the main things where he's like, I don't give an F about making my promise to Fisk. Like, I'm gonna get her back.
Yeah,
like
100%.
And that if it's that,
he's not gonna want to have another Foggy situation happen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Muse is a very good band. Yeah, I'm very excited to dive into this section. Do you think we'll see Frank Castle again this season or no? Okay, yeah. I'm just curious.
I think we're going to see him suited up as Punisher.
Yeah, I do too.
I think something happens towards the end of this season with they don't have a name yet, the beginnings of the anti-vigilante task force, of those people rocking the Punisher logo. I think that's going to be the big grand finale towards the end of the season, and Matt's going to need Punisher's help.
Because they've shown Punisher logos every single episode, and they've shown that mural one. What does it say again? Triggered. I think 3 of the last 4.
Well, and they've also
episodes.
had that same cop show up every episode as well.
Yes.
He was in this episode too.
Yeah, but Buddy needs to bite the bullet.
I think Matt and Frank are gonna team up at the end of the season and take down that cop and any other people who may be part of this Punisher gang that is rocking the symbol.
Yeah.
And Muse is going to be like a nice little sidebar quest of shutting down a serial killer while that is still going on in the background.
Yeah.
And then Matt's going to have his help because it's probably going to be too overwhelming. And publicly when you show the Punisher versus people who are rocking the Punisher logo, that's a big statement, right? Like,
yeah,
it's a big statement to have him there against the guys who are rocking his symbol. So,
yeah, the show is so good. Like, it's everything I hoped for, and am very happy we're getting what we're getting. So, yeah,
can't wait.
Still have 5 more episodes?
5 episodes, 9 total episodes this season. So, we have 4 more weeks. No,
I have a feeling next week's going to be
5 more weeks. Excuse me, unless they do a double whammy.
I don't think they.
No, we have 4 more weeks. Sorry, we have 5, 6, 7, and
5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yeah, I'm kind of hoping they do a double whammy. 1, 2, 3.
8 will be a cliffhanger.
I know, but I would love for.
Wait, do we really, Big G?
See, that's what I was just about to say. And the reason why is because originally, I think they are going to do what Big G is saying, because originally, Brian, Born Against finale was airing the same night Andor was premiering.
Okay, see, that was the... Oh, yeah, you're right. So
5 and 6 are together, right?
Yeah, so it's
means 1. So this means that something big is about to fucking happen next week. Because they're dropping those 2. It's not 8 and 9 as a finale. It's 5 and 6 in the middle of the season. What is about to happen next week? Oh, Lord.
Yeah, episode 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes me so much. I have such relief on me right now because I did not want Daredevil and Andor on the same night. It was going to annoy the shit out of me if that was going to happen. And I'm really happy they're making the decision not to do that.
That makes sense because they just said like 2 days ago that Andor was going to be a 6 o'clock Wednesday drop.
Yeah, but they're dropping
or Tuesday.
They're dropping 3 effing.
Yeah, I know, but
so
I'm
Brian,
saying
that would have been 4 episodes of Disney television in one night. Are you?
Yeah, and that's why I'm saying like it makes sense that if they're not going to drop all those episodes at the exact same time at 6 o'clock, 100%. So it does make sense that they did it. That
Booze, to answer your question, Daredevil is 1,000% Matt's outie. Matt Murdock is the innie. 100%.
Oh, yeah. You don't
even know what I'm talking about. Did you start Severance?
Wait, what?
We're talking about Severance, bro.
Oh, I thought you meant just literally like
No. It's a Severance line. It's a Severance line. You gotta watch Severance, Brian.
That show just looks weird to me.
Oh my god, it's so good.
I have so many. I forget what show. I haven't even started this season in 1923. Oh. I'm kind of actually like. I'm honestly purposely waiting because I like to binge Yellowstone shows.
You can wait. It's fine.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. But yeah,
cool. All right. Well, that's gonna wrap up our Daredevil Born Again
double episode.
Week. We'll have a very. I'm not gonna say a very long episode next week, but we're gonna have 2 episodes to discuss next week.
I mean, we do go an hour for.
Yeah, it'll probably end up going a little bit over because I'm sure there's going to be a lot to talk about if we are fully getting into Muse and if Frank Castle returns, and obviously Kingpin is in full force now. Very much looking forward to that. Wednesdays, 5 o'clock is our goal on a time and a day. We've been sticking strong the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But yeah,
you and
I know, right? It's mainly on me because of family life and stuff. But
no, I've got trivia, so that's my life
fair.
Is quite
fair. You can find Brian. Brian doesn't like to plug his social media anymore because he's not very much on it. You can find me all over.
I'm really
TikTok,
not.
Instagram.
It's the same thing.
I know. TikTok, Instagram, all that stuff. I'm posting videos on a daily basis. I really appreciate the guys' support.
Watch
Tuesdays,
it for 5 seconds.
You gotta watch for 5 seconds, and you have to watch it on the For You page. That is correct.
That taught me so much. Like now, I'm like Actually, we'll talk about that after. Never mind.
Tuesdays 6 o'clock for the Whiskey Jedi. Wednesdays 5 o'clock for Daredevil. But yeah, thank you guys so much. Hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and we'll catch you guys next time. Bye, guys.